Today, we're going to start making the Synth Gull. Seagulls are pretty annoying though. Everybody's had that time when they've come down and like stolen your ice cream before you even got a taste. That's a tasty imaginary ice cream, I tell you. But I believe deep down in every single one of these feathered devil childs, there is a caring soul that yearns to create. So I'm going to cut them a bit of slack and cater towards their more musical side by building a contraption that will allow them to make sweet, sweet music. So how is this machine going to work? Well, I don't actually know yet, but I'm going to run you through the basics. Here we have your common garden seagull. It definitely isn't a furby in fancy dress, I can tell you that. So here we have a seagull flying around, minding its own business, just doing what seagulls do, you know, hanging out, talking to its seagull mates. All right, man, how you doing? Yeah, have you seen Steven Seagull about? No, I haven't either. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to go and find some food. And they go and fly around looking for some food, and then suddenly there's a pad on the floor that's got its favourite food. It's going, oh my god. It swoops down, takes it, munches on his favourite food, which is actually Tesco value bread. My favourite as well. You can really taste the value. And when it does this, it triggers the pad underneath playing a musical note. And there'll be a number of these pads serving food in sequence, hence making the seagulls play music in time. Lovely. Oh no! In theory, this Seagull musical orchestra machine is absolutely fabulous. However, the practical implications are gastronomical. Right, this Tesco value bread isn't really cutting the mustard. I'm a little hungry, so I think it's time for a little bit of research and development. What do seagulls like more than bread? Yeah, you got it right. You heard it here first, guys. They love chips. I'm just gonna eat a bit, and then I'm gonna go and do some research and development with some of these chips. There's one seagull that's quite persistent, and I've just swapped it from the silvered panel, which they seem to be a bit edgy about, but I don't know whether it's the colour or whether it's just the fact that it's on a really weird foreign object. If they start getting used to it, if there's a group of them that start getting used to the machine that keeps on feeding out chips to them, they might start playing music. It seems that seagulls have a sort of gang mentality where they are a bit more confident when there's a few of them. As you can see in the last one, they absolutely engulfed it off this without even thinking about it. The only problem is they didn't actually step on it. So we got to change this with a bigger one. With this, they're not going to be able to reach the chip unless they step onto this. But Sam, why do we need the seagulls to stand on it to trigger it? Why can't the beaks just trigger it? Well, the answer is because chips and seagulls are two different things. Initially, I was thinking the pad would be triggered by things touching it. But the problem with that is when the chips land on it, then it's going to trigger it as well, not only the seagulls. However, there's something called capacitive touch. What capacitive touch does, it reads the minute electrical like signals in your skin and works off that. I'm kind of hoping that the seagull's feet will have enough flesh in them to kind of get capacitive touch going. Because then, if the chip falls on it, it's not going to pick up any electrical signals because the chip is... well, it's a dead bit of potato. The other problem I thought of is the fact that seagulls like to hang around where the chips were. So if the chips keep on falling out of this chip dispensing machine, the seagull's just gonna stay there. So we also need a seagull deterrent system. And then it came to me, seagulls don't like humans. So on every single one of these pads, we need a little bit of a deterrent. So after that beautiful montage, here we go. It's a test pad for the Synth Gull. As you can see, when you put chips on it, it doesn't move. But when the seagull touches the chip, the LED turns on. This will trigger a sound sample when there's lots of these pads. But if the seagull lingers around too much and plays too long of a note, Trisha comes out and scares them away. Come on, seagull friends! Come and eat! Right, so we've gone to the place where the most seagull poo resides. Oh, come on!
Go for the chips.
Oh. So I think the conclusion is they're still scared by Trisha over here to come and get scared by it by eating the chips like this. So the problem is, I think I'm gonna have to make this more camouflage so they come down and eat all the chips. But until then, I'm just gonna have to eat them all. Ah, what a shame. it seems the seagulls are just a little bit too scared of it already. So it seems as a deterrent device for your fish and chips, this is perfect. It doesn't even have to turn around and they're already scared of it. So I've got to do a little bit more work. I've got to work out how to camouflage this and then hopefully build a few more and start getting really into the Seagull synth life. So maybe in the next episode it might work, maybe in the episode it might not, but there'll be some interesting advancements. This project is being funded by the amazing people on Patreon. I have a feeling it's going to start costing a pretty penny when I have to buy a few more of these and keep on building it, but it's the aim of the game. If you want to see updates on this as well as other big projects that I've got going on, check out the Patreon because there's actually quite a few updates of things that, you know, aren't out yet. So have a look because even just £1 worth of support is suffice to kind of like, you know, help these projects like blossom. But we'll see. The soundtrack for the video from last week is now up on the Patreon as well, so if you like that song, go and check it out on the Patreon. And yeah, thank you very much. I've been Look Mum No Computer, and I'll see you next time.